Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gen Z Sports. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've been here. I'm your host, Ryan Croak, for today. Joining me today is...
I'm your co-host, Jeremy Park.
No, we can both be hosts. Come on.
Fine. I'm your other host,
Yes.
Jeremy Park. We are back after, a month?
Dude, I gotta check the last upload date. It's gotta be at least a month.
We've been busy, obviously. We didn't want this to happen, but, I mean, with school, sports, everything going on, it's tough to have...
Our last upload, I'll tell you the last 3 upload dates. September 7th, what did we miss in the world of music? September 8th is Ryan Just a Delusional Patriots fan. October 2nd was our last episode. What NFL teams have impressed and which have disappointed so far with Jamie. And now,
so we have
November 7th is the day we're recording this. Hopefully it's out by the end of the night.
We have 4 episodes in the last 2 months.
Yes. I'll say 3.5 because the music episode was like a 30-minute talk on like stuff that we missed from like July. So.
Oh.
Anyway, we're back. We've got plenty of stuff to talk about. There's plenty of stuff that should be on the topics list.
This might be a 3-hour episode.
But we like that, like just it's not big news compared to what the stuff is on the list. So, let's start things off. I know you're low on energy. I'm pretty hungry myself. I haven't had lunch. Healthy snack review, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy, I'll allow you to introduce what we're having today.
Cliff Bar. Chocolate chip.
Nutrition for sustained energy. That's what it says.
Limited edition packaging.
It is. So save this. This is going to be worth a lot of money.
The Cliff Athlete. Megan Rapinoe.
The GOAT. Not a goat.
Net weight.
Goat, but you get what I mean.
Net weight 2.40 ounces, 68 grams. Oh, looks nice.
Certified organic. Non-GMO. Quite interesting.
And a quote from Megan Rapinoe.
To stay at the top of my game, I have to keep training all year long. Obviously, that takes dedication, but it also requires a ton of energy. I've tried so many bars, and Cliff Bar and Luna bars are definitely my favorites. They have the protein, fat, and carbs I need to keep my energy levels up. And I love the way they taste. I usually have a Cliff Bar before practice, and I always make sure to have a few bars in my bag when I travel, which is pretty much all the time.
Wow. Flexing.
High praise.
How much money she has and
how much did they have to pay her to say that? Anyways, Cliff, if you want to sponsor us, I'm sure we'll say the same exact things. We might not be 2-time Women's World Cup champions, but we are the greatest podcast in the world, if you ask me.
Hey, I'm nice at backyard football.
We both are nice at backyard football, you know what I'm saying? I did cut my ear trying to tackle you last time we played, though. Let's be real. So.
No one can tackle me.
No one can tackle you. And Mac Jones got a 7-yard touchdown pass on Henry. Let's go. Patriots up 14-6 over the Panthers. Anyways, so I'm missing the Patriots game. I'm probably not even on. But we're here. We're here. We're recording. Let's get into it. What have we missed, Jeremy, with the Sixers? What have we missed? I don't know. Ben Simmons acting like an absolute idiot. Ben Simmons being a petty little something. Petty little something.
Watch it. You've slipped up.
I have. We're 3.5 minutes in. So.
And you're not even a Sixers fan.
I'm not. I hate Ben Simmons. What can I say? Anyways, Ben Simmons was kicked out of practice. I don't even know when. Was it like a month ago? Not a month ago, but like a couple
2 weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. Two weeks ago, let's say. Ben Simmons was kicked out of practice for being
eat him.
Oh yeah. Healthy snack review. My bad.
We'll get to
Ben Simmons later. Healthy snack review. Let's open the packaging.
It's limited edition.
I don't have my water. Oh no. I'll have to grab it later.
Okay. Presentation. How are we looking?
All right, so the actual packaging is nice. I'd give it like a 7. It's not bad. I like the quote on the back.
It's a little hard to open.
It doesn't look the most appealing. Here's what we're working with. It's not the most appealing thing in the world, but like...
It's just like a block.
When anything that has oats in it isn't really appealing, you know?
Like that's chocolate chips. The chocolate chips help.
So presentation, I give it like a 6. Because I think I give it a 6 because the packaging is nice.
I'd give it a light 7.
Light 7? Okay, that's pretty generous. But all right, ready? Cheers.
COVID
schmovid.
Some good oats.
I like the chocolate. It's kind of chewy.
A little bit.
It's hard to describe.
It is.
It's very natural.
Mm-hmm.
Just feels organic.
Mm-hmm. Like they took it straight from the cacao bean
Mm-hmm.
and infused it right from the oats, taken from the fields.
What would you say was the best snack we've had on the show?
I don't remember them, but the taffy was good.
Thank you. I think I gotta go with the Tostitos scoops, because that was just so funny. Like you just walk down with a bag of chip crumbs. I feel so bad for people listening to this because like this is all like just us being silently eating and shit. And I've already slipped up. 6.5 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen.
They're probably not. They probably didn't listen to that part.
Hopefully not.
Only dedicated fans like Candace Caesar.
We do have some fan topics to get to later today. There was a poll we posted to the Instagram about a month ago, and we're going to get to some of those today. So shout out to everyone who sent in a topic. We're going to keep you anonymous, just for your own sake. But if you do ever want to include your name in it, we can do that.
So we got fans.
We do.
On Anchor?
No, on the Instagram. I posted it on the Instagram. Okay. We got a bunch of responses. So, looks like you're done. So go ahead.
It's getting the same rating as the presentation. It's a light 7. I was mildly impressed.
I think
if it gives me energy, I'll give it an extra point. But taste-wise, above average.
This is always a pregame snack for me for soccer. So, I gotta say it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but it works. So, I think this thing gets points. The taste is nice. I like it. It's not bad. But the value of it, I have to give it an 8.
The emotional attachment you have to it.
Yes, I'm like emotionally attached to a Cliff Bar. All right. Are we ready to get into the...
I'm now ready.
All right, so as I started off around like the 3-minute 30 mark, Ben Simmons was kicked out of practice by the 76ers, or by Doc Rivers, for being a distraction.
For conduct detrimental to the team.
He was suspended by the team for the season opener. And at the press conference after the event, Embiid says it's the 76ers, and I quote, Embiid says, these are direct quotes. He says it's not the 76ers' job to, quote, babysit somebody, unquote. He also says, quote, at this point, I don't care about that man. He does what he wants, end quote. Should the Sixers trade him as soon as possible?
No, they should keep him around because he's a great locker room presence, and the team value that he adds, especially in the playoffs, is just unmatched. In a good way.
All right, let's be real. I don't think people can
trade him.
Yes.
For anything.
Yes. Here's the thing. Finish your thought.
For a 6th-round NFL pick, for all I care. I do not care. Get him away from the team.
I'm with you. I mean, Daryl Morey, I like Daryl Morey as a GM. I like what he's trying to do, but I think he's bitten off more than he can chew with this. Ben Simmons is not very good. And obviously, if he's getting kicked out of practice, that's not good either, obviously. Conduct detrimental to the team. 100% stand by that decision from Doc Rivers. But the issue is that I know I've talked about this plenty of times. Plenty of times. If you are going to wait on Ben Simmons to develop and to get his value up, the clock is ticking on Embiid's career. I've said it multiple times. Not going to go into it again. You You can't wait. You have to act now. And I don't care if you have to get less than you want for Ben Simmons. That's the reality. Ben Simmons sucks. We said it about 30. We talked about him for 30 minutes in that one episode. And for good reason. He sucks. So if he's going to suck on the court and he's going to be even worse off the court for the team, he's going to be detrimental to the team and the team's success. He needs to be gone. He brings no benefit to the 76ers team whatsoever these days. I don't care if he's a talented player. I don't care if he can facilitate the ball. I don't care if they are not playing as well without him right now. The fact of the matter is that Ben Simmons is detrimental to the 76ers organization while he is still being paid by them. He's still being employed by them. They need to get him out of here. And I don't think there's any team in the league who wants to take him on unless they really, like Ben Simmons a lot, but I don't think there should be a single GM out there who's trying to get Ben Simmons on a team.
Some other team is out there thinking, hey, the Sixers are doing it wrong. We can change him. We're doing something different.
Hopefully that's the case for him, for his sake, because I don't know. We'll see. And Daryl Morey, if he's really if he's legit about not trading Simmons until he finds a star talent for him, you're gonna be here a while, man. It's your own fault. You're gonna get run out of Philly.
Trade him for cash considerations. Trade him for a bag of chips. Trade him for a mask.
Bag of chips could probably shoot better than he does. Trade him for $20. That might be highballing him.
It's pretty generous.
Are we ready to move on? The NBA season has officially kicked off. Teams are doing good, I guess. The Celtics suck. We'll talk about them in a second. Way too early finals predictions. Shoot.
I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't watched a single NBA game.
I watched the Celtics-Knicks opener the night before a math test.
I watched 5 minutes of that.
It was a good game. I didn't watch the entire thing. I watched the last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, and I watched the overtime. But it was a good game. Celtics lost. But I watched that the night before a math test, which wasn't a good idea, but I actually did well on that test. So, anyways. Oh, dear God. Way too early finals predictions. Celtics, 76ers.
In the finals.
Even though they're in the same conference. No. I'm going to go with... You know what? I'm just going to wing it. I'm not even going to just think about this logically. I'm just going to wing it and say, who am I feeling is going to make it? I'm going to wing it. Clippers versus Knicks. Clippers-Knicks.
Bucks and Warriors.
Warriors in 4.
Yeah.
And for me, Knicks in 3. All right, we're going to move on to, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of year. The Celtics season has officially begun. And what comes with the Celtics season, Jeremy? You know all too well.
Take it away.
The Boston Celtics suck! They suck. We're here. Celtics rant time. I had one in the offseason. I had one with Jude. That was a fun rant because they were doing garbage crap in free agency. What the hell is that? Dennis Schroeder, why are you wearing number 71, number 1? That is a terrible number to wear. That's number 1 with Dennis Schroeder. Number 2, there was a play last night against the Mavs. I don't know what he tried. He tried to draw. He got oh my God. We were tied against the Mavs. We came back in the second half. We brought it back. We lost on the Luka game winner. Dennis Schroeder goes up on our final play of the game to score and take the lead. Tied 104. Dennis Schroeder goes up and decides it'd be a good idea to go up in the lane against Kristaps. Why do you do this to me? Why? They lost by 32 to the Raptors in the home opener. The only positive thing I could say about the Celtics this year is that Time Lord is starting. That's it. I can't say anything more positive.
Taco's gone.
Exact. They suck. I said, I was watching the Kuzma's Gonna Ball Out though episode. Classic, by the way. I was watching that last night, and I said that I think we closed the last sports topic was me ranting on the Celtics, and I said that our only centers were Al Horford and Robert Williams. And look who got and Taco Fall. And look who got traded. So, you get the picture. The Celtics suck. That's the point. They suck. They are not going to do anything this season. I hate Celtics fans. I hate the Celtics. They bring me nothing but pain. And I'm still a Celtics fan, but like it's detrimental to my mental well-being. So, yeah. You guys suck. Boom.
I don't think you're done yet.
You don't think I am?
No.
I don't think I am.
I think you got more in the tank.
I don't think I am either. I gotta look at their schedule, bro. Oh, dear God. I know there's more. There just gotta be. Oh, we lost. We got blown out.
You beat the Magic.
We lost to the Wizards back-to-back games. We lost to the Bulls in a blowout. That game drove me to insanity. DeMar went off. Our teams. Let me read you the score by quarter. At halftime, we had an 8-point lead. At the end of 3 quarters, we had a 14-point lead. Guess how much we got outscored by in the fourth quarter?
30.
Close, 28. We suck. The Celtics in the fourth quarter, I said it last year, I'm going to say it again. A 3-year-old basketball team could beat them. A wheelchair basketball team could beat them. Me and you, 2-on-5, could beat them if it was in the fourth quarter. They suck. 11 points in the fourth quarter in crunch time? What the hell? We're 2-5. It's 7 games, and they're already driving me nuts. The Bulls are pretty good, though. Anyways, we lost to the Knicks in that game. That game kind of annoyed me. Not really, because we came back. Did we? We probably didn't.
Against the Knicks.
No, we didn't come back. We actually blew it. We did come back late in the fourth, but we sucked in the second half. And Tatum did terrible in overtime. But you get the picture. The Celtics suck. They're losing, and it's really my own fault because I know that they suck. But I look at the roster and I see how talented they are. They should be. And I'm like, maybe this team can do something. Maybe they'll prove all the doubters wrong. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Maybe they will. And then this happens. 7 games into the year. We're 2-5. We've lost to the Wizards twice. The only 2 teams we've beaten are the Houston Rockets and the Charlotte Hornets. I am at a loss for words. I really am. And this is bad. This is bad. Anyways. Oh, we beat the Magic too. And the Heat. This record is wrong. We are not 2-5. Oh, they were 2-5 at that point in time. Let me check their record. We are 4-6. That's better than 2-5. Still not good. Anyways, let's move on. I need a little mental break. MLB Playoffs, we completely missed them. I think we haven't. Did they start while we were before we were recording that episode?
Idea.
I don't know. Point is, we missed the entire MLB playoffs. We didn't talk a lick about the MLB. And I actually had a great time watching the MLB this season. I do not like watching the MLB whatsoever, but playoff baseball is some of the funnest sports to watch, or some of the best sports content you will ever see. I had a blast. The Red Sox-Yankees wildcard game, loved that. The Red Sox had a good run, and they just sucked in the final games of the Houston series. But I was happy with them. The Braves ended up winning it all. That surprised me. I thought they were going to get killed. I thought that who they played to start the playoffs? Milwaukee. I thought Milwaukee was going to run away with that, but they won the series. Anything can happen in October. Good. It was a great playoff postseason for the MLB. Again, the what's the agreement that expires on December 1st for the MLB? I think it's called the CBA or something like that. I don't know. But basically, the players have it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
So there could be players' union.
Yeah, there could be like a huge league-wide strike. So that'd be interesting to see. Anyways, MLB playoffs. What surprised you the most?
The Braves winning. The Dodgers losing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Braves were behind the Phillies in the NL East for 80% of the season.
They sucked at the All-Star break. Oh my God, they were horrible. And Acuna being the fact that they did all this without their best player, being with him going down with injury, that's very impressive. Very. So congrats, Braves. I have all the respect in the world for the Braves. The only team who I wanted to lose this postseason, the only two teams were the Dodgers and the Astros, and I wanted the Red Sox to win, but I'll take it. I'll take giving the Astros 6 games, even though we did kind of stink in the final 3. Now we get into the NFL, and I think we're in the NFL for the rest of the show. Odell Beckham Jr. was just released yesterday by the Cleveland Browns. 2 days ago. 2 days ago by the Cleveland Browns. He was just released. Where should he go?
I don't care. He can complain. His dad can complain wherever he wants. I don't care.
Odell is washed, but I still think he can provide something.
He peaked his rookie year.
Very true. I think he can provide for a couple of teams. I wouldn't mind him going to the Patriots, but then again, I think his attitude would have to be sorted out. Odell Beckham Jr.'s father is...
I think Bill would put him in his place.
I think he would, too. I think Odell Beckham Jr.'s father is completely insufferable, and I can't stand that man. I respect Baker Mayfield, and sure, he might have missed him on some throws, but that doesn't make him, like, the... I just can't stand that. I think that's a complete power trip by his father and his son. And guess what? I forgot to turn the volume off. Are you shocked? I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
So shocked.
Oh, look at the song that was just playing.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. I love that song. New Magic Wand, Tyler, the creator. Anyways. Are him and his father right about Baker? I kind of just answered that. No, they're not. They're just complaining. They're on a power trip. Boom. I don't have to say anymore. Derrick Henry out for the season. I'm so sad. Because this Titans team has like my 3 favorite players in the entire league. A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, and Derrick Henry, all on the same team. And what do? They have played well as of late. That's undeniable. But this is a huge loss. Of course it is. It's the best running back in the league. One of the best running backs we've seen in decades.
Ever.
Not ever. Not ever.
How many people have rushed for 2,000 yards twice?
That's a good point. He didn't get to do it this year. He wasn't on pace for it.
He was gonna do it.
He wasn't on pace for it, but then again, he did get hurt in the Colts game, so he probably would have been on pace for it. Anyways, he was. I did the math. He was on pace for like 9 yards short. By the time his injury went down. But anyways,
next time he plays the Jaguars, he would have gotten 300 yards. So I think he would have been fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's not his own fault. It's not his fault he got injured.
No.
I mean, we all know what happens with running backs. You get. He averaged 27 carries a game this year.
Was it a situational injury where he got like rolled up, or like did he just like step badly and that just?
I haven't seen the clip.
Okay.
But I don't think it was that. I didn't hear anything about it because I'm sure if there was Derrick Henry's out. Derrick Henry rolls his ankle, or Derrick Henry goes out with gruesome injury. There was none of that. It was just like, he's out for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Should probably turn the volume off just to be safe. But yeah, I don't think it was anything gruesome. But it's a shame.
Doesn't appear like it because he wasn't like on the ground writhing in pain.
But then again, it is King Henry. The man is literally not human. He was made in a lab.
Oh, great quality on this video. Let's see what happens. Okay. Let's check the replay. Okay.
Yeah. That's just a normal play.
Yeah.
That's a normal play.
Yeah, that's a workload injury.
Mm-hmm. And whose fault is that, Jeremy? The Tennessee Titans being garbage. How the hell do you need Derrick Henry to carry the ball over 30 times in a game when you have A.J. Brown and Julio Jones on the team? I blame A.J. Brown. I blame Julio Jones. I blame Mike Vrabel. I blame everyone on the Titans' offense. I blame every single person on the Titans that's not on their that's on their offense. I blame coaching. I blame everyone except for Derrick Henry himself. He was working his ass off, and I don't care.
You just can't.
That's not a slip. That's not a slip. Come on, we can be a little, have a little fun. We can dabble in some stuff. I know you don't like to, but it's fun.
It's a family show.
It should be. It is a family show. It is a family show. If you want Gen Z Sports After Dark, leave a comment. It'll just be me losing my mind over the Celtics at 1 a.m. Gen Z Sports After Dark. That'd be a weekly program.
Give me a rant about you know what.
No what?
Friday. Never mind.
I don't know anything. I don't know what he's
Oh
talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
I've brought this up with you so
with
many times.
the habit
Yes.
stuff. I don't know what happened. So anyways, We're gonna move on. Derrick Henry. I'm mad because he was having such a good year, and the Titans are actually starting to get something together too, and now their whole season's down the drain, and it's their own fault. So I really have no sympathy. AJ Brown is still the greatest receiver who ever lived. We have the Urban Meyer situation. We're not going to get into what happened. If you want to know what happened, go look it up. It'll be all over the news. Urban Meyer did something very dumb. Should the Jags fire him?
And hilarious.
Dumb. Should the Jags
And
fire?
hilarious.
Dumb.
And hilarious.
How are you going to say How are you going to say this is a family
This
show?
is so funny.
How are you going to say this is a family show?
You didn't even say what happened.
Because
Tell me that's not hilarious. What happened?
it is not funny.
Yes, it is.
It is not. It is not funny. It's a shame.
I'm laughing.
Okay.
It's a shame, but a funny shame.
Let the record show that I did not laugh. Anyways, should the Jags fire him or no?
Yes.
Yes, I'm with you too. He sucks as a coach on the NFL level. And this? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's just move on. Now we have a much more serious coaching issue, John Gruden and the Raiders. Do we really need to explain this? I'm sure everyone's heard about it. Who cares about this?
Yeah.
John Gruden just said some very not nice things. Very, very not nice things. Do not ever be like John Gruden.
Some problematic things that would not fly today.
That shouldn't
today.
fly. Shouldn't fly ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gruden is out as the Raiders head coach, which is a shame for the Raiders because, I mean, he is not a nice person based on this, but he's not a bad coach. So, but I will say I've been very impressed with the Raiders, especially with another recent controversy, the Henry Ruggs crap. Do we need to get into that?
A little bit.
Henry Ruggs was driving under the influence of alcohol.
18 shots.
He was twice over the legal limit, blood alcohol content, which is all you need to know. There was a loaded gun in the car. He was going 156 miles an hour before the crash.
Airbags deployed.
127 when airbags deployed. Or it might have been actually, I don't think it was 120. I think you're right. But it does not matter. Still ridiculously fast, way too fast. And this should just go as a lesson to everyone, to not be an idiot.
The worst part about this is that people know about the situation. They're still going to drink and drive.
Yep. It's a shame. It really is. It's depressing. He is being held on charges of a DUI resulting in death, which is a maximum sentence of up to 20 years. I hope he gets convicted. He should. He is responsible for taking the life of another human being and her dog. So, Henry Ruggs sucks. I hope he is in jail for the next 20 years. And, let this be a lesson to everybody. Not to be an idiot. Not to drink and drive. Not to put anyone else in danger. Call an Uber. Call a taxi. Call anybody. Walk home. Wait another hour. Wait another 2 hours. Call someone to give you a ride. Anything. Do not drive drunk. Let alone...
Don't drive 150 miles an hour.
Don't drive 150 miles an hour ever. Let alone when you're drunk. That's all I gotta say. This issue just drives me to the wall because it's he just threw his whole life away with this. Yeah. And he cannot apologize
over something he could have easily controlled.
Easily. A phone call, he could have avoided it. Yeah. A couple bucks for an Uber driver, he could have avoided this.
Or just not going insane with drinks could have helped a little.
That too. So condolences to the family who lost their loved one. It's really horrible, and I can't even imagine what they're going through. This is just a horrible situation, and so that sucks. That sucks. But let's talk about what the Raiders have to go through. What this Raiders team has had to go through with this, because they've lost their coach. They've lost one of their. I mean, he wasn't really performing up to expectations, but he wasn't bad by any means. One of their better young receivers in Henry Ruggs.
Out of all the weapons they're lacking, the loss of him is gonna hurt.
Yes. So it's a terrible look for their organization with the John Gruden stuff. To have their coach,
I Can Breathe wasn't enough last year.
Exactly, that was bad too. One of their best young receivers has been taken away from them in the middle, and this season of all the seasons, they have a legitimate shot to make a deep playoff run. If you ask me, I think this Raiders team is extremely talented, and if the resilience they showed in the last 2 weeks without their head coach, Rich Bisaccia has done an amazing job. Their special teams coordinator, who's now the head coach, love what he's doing there. I'm very impressed with that team. And hopefully, I mean, this is a much more serious situation than what happened with John Gruden, if you ask me. So we'll see. I'd be shocked if they can keep it up, but if they can, their resilience has to be commended. And I'm rooting for the Raiders roster, rooting for the Raiders team, because they're working hard. They've had to gun through a lot of stuff. They have to be very resilient with all this. And yeah, of all the seasons for it to happen, it just sucks to be this one.
The biggest takeaway we can take away is
be careful with what you do. Be careful with what you do. Don't be an idiot. And if you do be an idiot, think about what you're doing before you continue to do it.
Before you do something,
think about it.
Think about, would an idiot do that thing? And if they would, do not do that thing. The biggest takeaway we can take away from this is what Derek Carr said. The worst thing we can do is throw hate towards Henry Ruggs and John Gruden's way. Even though what they did is horrible, the worst thing we can do is spread more hate. The thing I respect most about Derek Carr is how proudly he shows his faith, and how he is pouring out love right now for Henry Ruggs, for someone he loves. A former teammate. He's not slandering him. He's not saying, I'm glad he's off the team. If no one's going to love him, I'm going to do it. And obviously what John Gruden did, what Henry Ruggs did, were both horrible things. But they don't deserve to be hated. They deserve to be left alone, honestly, or not like
they deserve what their actions have let them. I mean,
Henry Ruggs deserves jail time.
Yes.
John Gruden deserves to be jobless.
They deserve what they're getting. They don't.
Yeah.
But we don't. But it shouldn't. We shouldn't just. I mean, it's not that they're not worthy of it, because they are.
Yeah, they're not worthy of it, but they need
love
right now.
That doesn't solve. That doesn't solve anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't solve anything.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We have a breaking news update, Jeremy. Do you want to hear what it is?
Let's hear it.
The Kansas City Chiefs suck.
Pat Mahomes is a fraud. They figured him out before Lamar.
The Chiefs suck. The Chiefs suck. What is this, Kansas City? What is this? You guys are 4-4. I mean, we knew you guys let teams into close games. Let bad teams give you a close game that you should have easily won, but you would always turn it on for the playoffs. Oh, they would always come out on top.
Hey, they beat the Eagles.
Last year they were 14-2.
Wow.
There was a lot of games that they should have won by a lot more points, but they were 14-2. This year they're doing the same thing they did last year, but they're not coming back. They're not putting up a fight. They're not winning the game in the end. They're losing the game. They are losing the games they should easily win. They've lost to Baltimore. They've lost to the LA Chargers. They've lost to several They've lost to two good AFC teams, two teams that I think are legitimate contenders in the Chargers and the Ravens in close games. You can say that was just it happens sometimes. Teams always have to have a loss. But then you look in the other two games that they've played. They lost. They got blown out by the Bills. They got blown out by the Titans. Did they get blown out by the Titans? I think they did. They did. They did get blown out by the Titans. Let's look at the losses they've had. They play the Packers today. It should be a good game. They might lose that one too. They got blown out by the Titans. They blown out by the Bills. They lost to the Chargers. They lost to the Ravens. So the teams they've beaten, they beat the Cleveland Browns in a very close game in the season opener. They beat the Washington football team, a poverty franchise. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles, another poverty franchise. And they beat the New York Giants, another poverty franchise. And the Giants game was close. Wow. So the Kansas City Chiefs suck. They suck. This team should be way better than it is. If you told me the Kansas City Chiefs would be sitting at 4-4 with this schedule, I'd be losing my mind. I would be losing my mind and say, oh, what did they lose, a heartbreaker to Buffalo? They lose. They lose. Like what? 4-4 with this schedule? I don't care that you played 4 contending teams, 5 contending teams in the AFC. I'll count the Browns too. These were all games you should have won. Every single one of these games you should have won. With the talent on that roster, Pat Mahomes is not playing up to par. Tyreek Hill's not playing up to par. The entire team's not playing up to par. The defense is being exposed for the garbage unit it is. The offense is doing god-awful. Not god-awful, but you get what I'm saying. The offense is not doing god-awful.
They're not as explosive as
It's the Chiefs'
prior
offense.
years.
You look at this team. They're not performing up to par. Up to par.
No.
What happened in the last year? What happened? Did the Tampa Bay Bucks just destroy the Chiefs franchise?
Defenses figured them out.
Yes, they did. The Kansas City Chiefs are in big trouble right now. And if you ask me right now, you might call me crazy when I say this, but the Kansas City Chiefs will not make the playoffs this year. There are two teams in the division that are legitimately better.
They're not making the playoffs.
There are 2 teams in their division that are legitimately better than them.
Yeah.
And the Chargers and the Raiders.
Yep.
And there are plenty of teams in the AFC who deserve a playoff spot much more than they do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just name off the teams. The Chargers, the Ravens, the Raiders, Bills, Titans, if you ask me. Even though they don't have Derrick Henry, they deserve it. They blew out the Chiefs. The New England Patriots. Maybe wishful thinking. Let me look at the NFL standings.
If you said that before the season started, I would have slapped you right across the face. But now it's actually
They're
reasonable.
good. They're good.
Now
not
it's
to
actually
what I
reasonable.
expected. They're not going to go 11-5 like I said they might.
Yeah.
But this team is good. They're good. They are really good. I love what I'm seeing from the Patriots. I'll talk about them in a
Mac
second.
Jones is the real deal.
Yeah, they are. He is the best quarterback in the league. No, he's not. Bills are better than them. The Raiders are better than them. The Chargers are better than the Chiefs. The Ravens are. The Bengals are. The Titans are. You can make an argument for the Colts. I wouldn't say the Browns because they have so many injury issues and they haven't really played that well. But then again, if a healthy Browns team could give the Chiefs team a run, if you ask me.
Jaguars, Texans.
Not Jaguars, not Texans, but we'll move on. The Dolphins. No, not the Dolphins. I can't even joke about them. How are they the last in the AFC East? That's horrible.
I predicted them to do well in the playoffs.
Everyone did. I said I was on the Dolphins. I was on the Dolphins hate train. I said that the Dolphins were not going to make the Patriots or not going to make the playoffs, and the Patriots are going to steal the spot for them. I didn't expect the Dolphins to lay down and die and be 1-7 by week 9.
1-7.
1-7.
Wow.
It's bad. And I would
They don't
I
have
know,
a real quarterback.
That's true.
So
I know I'm biased. I don't care. I'm legitimately picking the Patriots over the Chiefs if they play each other. Legit. Right now, yes.
okay.
So the Chiefs suck. That's what you need to take away from this. The Chiefs suck. And now we're going to segue into my Patriots season recap. You have a Chargers one next because we're both fans. You're a Chargers fan. I love how you're a Chargers fan because the Chargers are so fun to watch. You picked a good team, man. Patriots season recap. Let's go through the games. I have only had the privilege of watching a couple because we don't get a lot of Patriots games around here. But they're up 21-6 against the Panthers right now. I'll take that any day of the week. Let's take a look at their schedule. Games. More games. All right. So their season started off pretty rough. They lost to the Dolphins by 1 point in the home opener, in the season opener for them. Then they beat down on the Jets. They lost. They got beat up by the Saints the next week. I was very low on the Patriots at this point. 1-2. I was not very happy. Then the Bucs game came around. This is the first time I had the chance to watch them. This Patriots Bucs game is honestly my pick for game of the year so far. And I don't care if there's plenty of games who have been better than this one. The storylines going into this game and the resilience that the Patriots showed, the grit that Matthew Judon showed every single snap. This game was a classic.
The dude with the red sleeves.
The dude with the red sleeves, as Donovan Mitchell calls him. I love this game. I don't care. I know I'm biased. But to see the guy who you grew up idolizing, continue to idolize, Tom Brady, come back to New England and just get out-coached to heck, outplayed by a rookie in Mac Jones, it was a great game. Mac Jones outplayed Tom Brady in this game. And Mac Jones looked amazing. He looked amazing. He was rifling the ball. And his receiver, let me look at his stats real quick. He was lights out. I think he completed like 90% of his not 90%. He think he completed like over 80% of his passes. 31 of 40. That's pretty good. For 275 yards and 2 touchdowns. Very impressed with him. I mean, if this guy had a legit receiver, I said it about Lamar, and Lamar actually has. Mark Andrews and Marquise Brown are playing well. I'll talk about them in a second. But if Mac Jones gets a legit receiver in New England, I think that he's going to get even better. And this Bucks loss came down to a field goal that missed by inches. It hit the outside post in pouring rain on a kicker who had an injured plant leg. So, so if we had a healthy kicker, if it wasn't raining, and missed by an inch, I'll take that any day. Comes down to the wire against the Buccaneers. If we're going to lose in any way to Tom Brady and his return to New England, I'll take that way. We outplayed them that game. We outcoached them. We outplayed them. We outhustled them. We outplayed the Buccaneers in that game.
Why did you lose?
Because life happens. Patriots-Texans, this was a very bad game for the Patriots. Even though they did come out on top, they had to come back. It was not good. Then the very next week, the Cowboys came to Foxborough, and we gave them a great game. That was a great game. Came down to overtime. That touchdown was so infuriating to watch. The final play of the game was infuriating. CeeDee Lamb beat up on us. But 29-35 against the Cowboys, taking them to overtime, I was very impressed. I thought Mac Jones looked pretty good. I think that the receivers really lost us that game. Did you see the Nelson Aguilar drop?
No.
Oh my God. It was bad. I gotta find it. I will show you the play later. I promise you. It was a terrible, terrible drop. He had like a quick slant. He beat the entire secondary. All he had to do was beat a safety on the sideline, and he had plenty of room to do it, and he would have had a touchdown. He dropped it. It was a perfect pass. So yeah, that was bad. That was very infuriating. And then we beat up on the Jets. We scored 54 points.
The Patriots scored 54 points.
I know. It's crazy. The Jets suck. Damian Harris is literally my father. I love that man. That game was great. I didn't watch it. We didn't get to watch it though. And the Patriots-Chargers game, that was a good game. We didn't watch most of it because it was on Halloween. We were hanging out. But Patriots won against the Chargers. So suck it, Jeremy. Patriots are better than the Chargers. Boom. And they beat them in LA too. Well, I mean, let's be real. Chargers play every game of the season away. So, yeah. But Patriots are better than the Chargers here. Chargers, folks. Believe it. And right now we are up 21-6 with the ball over the Carolina Panthers. So, yeah. I'm very impressed with the Patriots so far. They are 4-4, which is not as good as I would have expected, not as good as I would have hoped. But this team is a lot better than 4-4, considering 2 of their losses came in the fashions that they did against contending teams. So yeah, I'll take it. Patriots 4-4 to start the year. The way they've played, with the games I've watched, the way they've played, I'm very, very happy with the New England Patriots right now. All right, buddy. Chargers recap. Let's hear it.
Before this NFL season started, I had a new NFL team to root for. I had a lot of options. The Cardinals, the Titans, even the Patriots were thrown in the mix. But I ultimately decided.
We the bandwagon.
I ultimately decided on the Los Angeles Chargers because they have no fans.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be different. And I thought they had hope. I like Justin Herbert. I love Justin Herbert. Love Keenan Allen. And Austin Eckler is one of my favorite running backs in the game. So, NFL season is upon us. We start off very well. Win our first game against Washington.
Did you start off very well? That was a very disappointing game for the Chargers.
We won.
You lost to the Cowboys in heartbreaking fashion. That was a good game.
Yeah, very good game. We beat the Chiefs.
That was a great game.
It's the Chiefs.
You beat the Raiders too.
Beat the Raiders. They're the Raiders. Beat the Browns in a amazing game, incredible game.
That was a good game.
Get blown out by the Ravens.
That was a rough one.
I'm gonna blame that on being tired from the Browns.
Okay.
And then oh my gosh, we lose to the Patriots. That's an inexcusable loss. We should not be
Ha
losing.
ha, the
We
Patriots
should
are
not be
better
losing
than you.
to the Patriots.
You guys stink.
We had no reason to let that offense put up 27 points on us, especially with the defensive players we have.
Adrian Phillips is Justin
Um,
Herbert's father. I'm just kidding. I love Herbie. I genuinely didn't know who to root for. I mean, I did know who to root for, but you get what I'm saying. Those are my two favorite teams in the league.
Are you done?
Yes.
And now we got the Eagles today. I very much wanted to go to this game. I didn't put that into action. I didn't try and get tickets, but I was like, oh, I really want to go to this game because, they're in Philadelphia. But I will be watching that, obviously. Very excited to see us win again, unless something happens. But this season, my main takeaways, Brandon Staley is Coach of the Year, far and away. No one can touch him. I love his energy. I love the way he commands his players. I love the way he
He's a really
controls
good
his team. And I love his locker room presence. I love Justin Herbert. He's an MVP candidate, obviously. Keenan Allen has been a disappointment, but Mike Williams having a breakout year is more than making up for it. Hopefully Keenan Allen could get his drops together.
Mm-hmm.
And Austin Eckler's having a very good year. And Rashawn Slater is my father. He can ruin my life if he wants to. Derwin James, also
I love Derwin James.
my guy.
He's so good. And Joey Bosa.
Asante Samuel, Defensive Rookie of the Year by far. Not even close.
Okay.
Micah Parsons overrated.
I disagree.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Our O-line's doing great. Our offense is electric. Our defense...
Haha, funny guy. What?
How many times do you want to interrupt me?
Okay, I'll shut up. I'll go get my water bottle now. I'll let you talk.
Overall, I'm pleased with how we've been doing. Obviously we've had some disappointing losses, especially to the Ravens and the Patriots. But those losses are going to happen. We're not going to be playing at our best every single week, unfortunately. Hopefully we can get to that level in the playoffs when we make our Super Bowl run. But I mean, I'm not gonna try and overreact to these losses, saying, blow the team up, fire Brandon Staley, because he knows what he's doing. He knows how to command this team. He knows he knows what to do through these losses, how to pull his team through them, and I love him for that. So yeah, that's basically my Chargers recap. Thank you, Ryan, for letting me talk uninterrupted.
You're welcome. Am I up now?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say?
The next topic.
That's a good idea. All right, here we go. My apology to Marquise Brown and Mark Andrews. You ready for this one? Because these two guys are having career years. I mean, the stats say it all. Mark Andrews having the best season of his career. And I'm not going to say I'm a Mark Andrews fan, because I'm not. I'm still going to dog on him all the time. I still think he's overrated. But the facts are that he's having a career year, and I got to give him credit for that. He's having a good year. He's being the tight end that Lamar should have had, needed him to be for a while. And, yeah, I'm happy with Mark Andrews' performance. And Marquise Brown is having a career year. He's having a great season. He hasn't had a season this good since the MVP season for Lamar. And if you ask me, I think that was more of a product of Lamar being such an X factor and such a different entity to the NFL landscape than it was Marquise Brown actually being good. But now we see that Marquise Brown has developed into a solid receiver. And I think that this guy is borderline my receiver one talent. Not right now, but he can be. So, yeah, I mean, I really don't have to say much other than I have to ask a question. Can the Ravens capitalize on it? Can they? I think they can. I think this team has the ability to win the Super Bowl, especially based on how badly the Chiefs are playing the AFC is really up
The
for grabs.
AFC is
such a. It's
up
going to
for
be
the taking.
so interesting to see how it shakes out. I think these NFL playoffs, especially if the Chiefs are not in it, are going to be the most entertaining NFL playoffs we've had in a long time. A long time. The amount of teams that I think legitimately there are 7, 8 teams in the AFC that I could see coming out on top, which is insane to think about. So yeah, I think that the Ravens, this is their year. This is the year, Baltimore. I know that you won a Super Bowl a little while ago. What was it, 2012?
Yeah.
So this is the year to get back on top. This is the year to give Lamar a ring that he deserves.
This is where Lamar proves that he is better than Joe Flacco all time.
This is where Lamar proves that he is the greatest quarterback who ever lived.
Yeah.
This is where Lamar. This is where
Pat Mafraud.
This is where Lamar Jackson finally gets the ring that he rightfully deserves. Anyways, now we have a fun topic. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Vic Fangio!
Oh, okay.
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
watch it.
I know what's on the topics list. I'm not going to say that. Anyways, Vic Fangio sucks. He's garbage.
Explain why.
I hate Vic Fangio. This is the Broncos-Ravens game. I think in week 4, because it was their first loss. That's how I know, because they actually had to play a real NFL team, and they got killed. Vic Fangio calls out John Harbaugh in the press conference after this game occurred for running the ball in the last play of the game, of the Broncos-Ravens game, so that the Ravens can tie the record for most consecutive games with 100-plus rushing yards. I am unaware if the Ravens ended up breaking this record. I believe they did.
Yeah,
Yes, they did.
In that game.
No, they tied it in that game.
Oh, okay.
They tied it in that game. I'm not sure if they broke it the next week. But in this game, they tied the record with, I believe, 17 consecutive games with 100-plus rushing yards. And Vic Fangio said that he was, endangering player safety. Oh, what are you doing, John Harbaugh? People are going to get killed. You're running a 3-yard run play. Come on, Vic Fangio. How are you going to expect to run a locker room if you're mad about a coach giving his guys rewards, trying to give his team a morale boost by getting them to tie that record? How are you going to sit there as a head of a locker room and be like, oh no, guys, we can't tie a record. You guys are going to be unsafe. They're NFL football players. I know that it's a dangerous game. I know you want to keep the players safe. Of course you do. But what's the harm in running a 3-yard run play to tie an NFL record?
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. That's very true. But I just find it so ridiculous, because if he was in that situation, if he was going to say, you know what, guys, I know we're only 3 yards away, but we're just going to end it and get out of here, I think that everyone in that locker room would be pissed at him.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd do that, because I actually liked Vic Fangio going into the season. I think he's a good coach. I think he's solid. I like what he's doing over in Denver. Not anymore. I have zero respect for him now, because I think that he cannot. I think, I get it. This is a very small thing, small blip in Vic Fangio's resume, but I'm just this just rubs me the wrong way. I don't think that Vic Fangio, he's not a bad coach per se, but I'm not very happy with this.
He's the type of guy, he's the type of child to hold a grudge for 5 years because someone didn't give him a chicken nugget in 5th grade.
Yes, very true. I gotta find out what, because I know I wrote this down somewhere. I gotta find out what I wrote. Here we go. According to Fangio, tying an NFL record is a dumb idea. It's a dumb idea.
Yeah. It's a horrible idea.
He has no business expecting to lead a locker room if he is not willing to give his guys a small win like that, even if it is on the last play of the game, even if it does put some player safety at risk. I am not very happy with Vic Fangio. That's all I gotta say. All right, we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Von Miller traded to the Rams for a 2nd and 3rd round pick. What are your thoughts?
Von Miller's washed. He was the problem in
Thank you.
Denver.
Thank you.
He peaked at the Super Bowl. Rama Array, if you're watching this.
He said it.
He's washed.
He is. He very much is.
Von Miller was the problem. There's a reason the Broncos are beating the Cowboys right now. Are they? I think they are. Let's check how Jerry Jeudy's doing in fantasy. But yeah, the Broncos should be glad they got him out of there. They could have gotten a lot more than a second and third round pick, based on how teams might value him. But yeah.
I disagree. I think a second and third round pick is way too much to give up. For Von Miller?
Well, I mean, teams are gonna want more than.
Yeah. I mean, they are going to want more than that, but I still think second and third round is way too much, especially if you're a team like the Rams.
It was.
Especially if you're a team
That's
like
not
the
what I'm
Rams.
saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I think that like the fact that people could have got more from that is ridiculous if you ask me. I think that's sad because Von Miller is washed. You're 100% right. He hasn't been good since 2016, 17. He's been injured. He's had injury problems the last 3 years of his career. Why would you give up? I mean, the Rams have less picks than I have NFL experience. So, like, why are you giving up your picks for a washed linebacker, washed edge rusher that you don't need? He's overpaid. He's gonna get injured. He's probably gonna get injured some point during the season. Why did you need to do this? I don't see it. I don't get it.
Get him another ring.
He's not bad. He's just not a superstar. He's not. Everyone was acting like this was a blockbuster deal. I think it's not. I think it's a decent deal. I think the Broncos definitely won the trade. Again, we'll see how Von Miller does, but unless he can revert back to his 2015, 2016, early 2017 self, I think the Rams give up way too much, and they're not going to get anything back in return. Is Daniel Jones the real deal?
Yes. Yes, he is. Daniel Jones is the real deal. He's the best quarterback in the NFC East.
He's not better than Dak.
Fine.
He's not better than Jalen Hurts.
Fine.
But he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say... I'll call him the real deal because everyone's hating on him. Do I think it's deserved in some regards? Yeah, but like everyone ignores...
What did Daniel Jones do to anybody?
Everyone ignores...
No one. Nothing.
Everyone ignores what happens that's good with him. Everyone ignores the good plays. Everyone's just like, oh, remember that one time that Daniel Jones tripped on a 74-yard touchdown? I mean, that is pretty funny. You got to admit, it is pretty funny. But he's a good quarterback. The Giants' offense is doing well without Saquon, and that's not because...
Well, he's washed anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You're kind of right. I can't lie.
Saquon's not good.
He's not bad. He just gets injured. Injury-prone and
He's not good.
Injury-prone and not good are two different things. He's not a good player.
Okay, well, he's both.
I disagree.
Saquon is not good.
Okay. You want to elaborate on that?
No, he's just not good.
No, I think you should elaborate on that because I feel like I've taken up way too much time talking.
He hasn't done anything in 2 years. He peaked his rookie year. He peaked in college, actually. Yeah. And then the Giants drafted him second overall. Second overall. How stupid can an organization be to draft a running back second overall?
So New York Giants.
You gotta be Bo Jackson plus Herschel Walker plus Derrick Henry plus Christian McCaffrey plus Zeke for that 1 year to be drafted second overall, and it still would be a stupid pick.
In New York, concrete jungle where draft picks are wasted. Concrete jungle where dreams are shattered.
That's basically my Saquon rant.
I liked that.
I hope he stays healthy, but he's just not good.
If you were to sign Saquon to a 1-year contract, what would you pay him?
$500K?
If he was going to stay healthy.
$100K.
So you'd pay him less money if he was going to get injured, if he was going to stay healthy.
I changed my mind. $50K if he was, well, nothing. Like $1 or like a couple cents if he was going to be regular injury prone.
I think
if he was completely healthy, I'd give him like $10K.
I think you're a little going into it a little far.
A little bit?
A little
Just
bit.
a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay.
But I respect it. I like how you're passionate about this. So, good job.
Thank you.
Good job. I like the rant.
It's not even the best one yet today.
We'll get to that. Famous Jameis. Jameis Winston. I know you love Jameis Winston. I like Jameis Winston. I think he was having a good year. And Jeremy's lying now.
Anyone but him! Anyone!
Justin Herbert?
No, okay, maybe him.
Austin Eckler?
Well...
Mike Williams?
Stop.
Derwin James?
You know what I'm saying.
Joey Bosa?
Shut up. I'm not going to compare how much I would be sad if people got injured. That's not how this works.
You said nobody else. I'm just making sure that.
That's not what I meant.
I think Jeremy's upset. Do you need mental help?
Yes.
I'm not licensed, so I think I'd make things worse.
You always make everything worse.
How do I make everything worse?
Because you always interrupt me.
I'm sorry.
Just talk.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to lie on the floor for the rest of the episode?
Yes.
Okay. Jameis Winston tore his ACL. It was a gruesome injury. Feel for Jameis Winston. The best part was he was partying with the team after they beat the Buccaneers afterwards with crutches. That clip is legendary. That is amazing. I love Jameis Winston. He puts in the work. And
Puts in the hours.
oh my God. What's it about, Jeremy?
It's about drive.
Okay, we're gonna
It's
move.
about power.
We're gonna move on.
We stay hungry.
We're not gonna get copyrighted for this. We're gonna move on.
Fine.
Jameis Winston tears his ACL. I wish him the best. I think he's having a good year for himself. I really respect his work ethic, and I think he's hopefully makes a full recovery. I think he will, and I wish him the best. Are the Saints officially out of contention, Jeremy?
They never were.
Are the Saints officially out of contention? They never were. I kind of agree with you, but their season is done.
And with Michael Thomas out for the year.
Yes. He traded me Michael Thomas for Darren Waller, by the way, everybody. The Saints are officially the worst team in the NFC West. No, they're not. They're still... Are they second best?
Better than the Panthers.
They are better than the
And
Panthers.
Sam Fraudnold.
Seeing ghosts. Kids see ghosts sometimes. Kids see ghosts. Anyways, we're having a fun time today, Jeremy, are we?
Just dandy.
Just dandy. Just dandy.
I hate you.
I don't hate you.
Thank you.
I like you a lot.
Thank you.
I think you're the best.
Thank you. Me too.
All right, Jeremy. The question we're going to segue. This is going to segue into your little rant that you've been hyping up. Let's answer the question first before we get into it. All right? Can you promise me that?
Yes.
How important are high school sports in regards to making it to the professional leagues? This is a fan question. Thank you for the question, by the way.
So important because you get exposure for colleges, and based on where you play, who you play for, your competition, how far you might get in playoffs. It's very important because it's the road to college, and college. There's so many cameras and eyes on you that John Morant is the best example because he got noticed at the last second, just at a random moment, at a high school or at an AAU clinic thing. And then he went to college, of course, at Murray State, and the clip of him getting a really good dunk went viral, and that's basically where his fame started and where his hype started. And now look at him now; it's John Morant, one of the best point guards in the league. So it really. High school sports, in regards to making it to the pros, making it to college, it's pretty luck based, honestly. You have to be in the right place, right time.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you're really talented, you're gonna get noticed. So.
Yep. Very true.
It is important.
I think they're very important as well. I mean, you see the NBA, and guys don't even go to college anymore. They just could jump from high school to G League. I mean, high school's where it gives you a chance to show off your talent, and I wouldn't say, you do grow as a player, obviously, because you're playing with some of the best in the world, obviously, if you're on the top level, if you're on the top of your game. So I think they're very important. I think that they give you a value experience to learn from experienced coaches. You learn how to be not only an athlete, but a person, how to be a good person. You learn life lessons, you learn valuable stuff.
Hello, fans of Chelsea Sports that made it here. One, thank you for listening. Two, we had to cut this part out because of some things that were said that we do not really want to associate with the podcast. No, we didn't say anything racist or homophobic. We're not John Gruden, but you can ask us directly if you really want to know. But yeah, it's just one part of the show we had to cut out. You can ask either one of us what happened, and we will tell you. But we prefer that it is kept in confidence. So thank you for listening to the show, and back to the actual show.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. This was a fun episode, right? Right. Parting. Oh, we have to do a rock, paper, scissors. You won again. You're on a win streak.
4-2.
You're on a win streak now.
Like a 3-game win streak.
You are on a 3-game win streak. Let's put it to bed right now. Oh my God. All right, one more time. Yes! Yes!
5-3.
Let's go.
5-3.
We're on the come up.
Okay.
3-5 now. Anyways, thank you everybody for listening to the show this week. I had fun. Jeremy had fun.
So much fun.
We are going to sign off right now, and yeah, that'll be it. Parting words.
I love life. Thank you, Jeremy Park.
That is profound. Wow, that's a hot take. My parting words are that Mac Jones is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Thank you, everybody, for listening this week. We will see you all next year. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. Keep check. Don't check. We'll let you know. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Sorry we don't have much time to record these and upload these as much as we used to. But yeah. Thank you for listening to those who do. Thank you for watching on YouTube to those who do as well. We will see you all next time.